And 3D Max will know this. They will have come into this very prepared for it. And the pistol, it's looking like they're already setting their sights on this B-bomb site.
Not an orthodox smoke being thrown out either by Maka. It's the lurk smoke, and they're going to play through that. Westmelon up close with the USP is able to connect for one, and now there's a bit of difficulty on the bomb site. Call Me Sue, isolated, alone, but thriving. Support comes in at the perfect time, streaming through CT, and yeah, that makes me wonder why that smoke was thrown, because it felt like it just favored Lin Vision, that map pick. And yeah, as kind of, I assume that maybe he just brings out the AWP regardless of them not dying, so it's the full weaponry, and it's aggressive from Lin Vision. Look at this, they're already fighting top mid. Graffiti, he doesn't even know what hit him.
Towards him, Body is just making a nuisance of himself around that smoke over towards Long, actually keeping all eyes on him for the moment. But once that goes quiet over towards Long, Lin Vision have to realize something is up.
Yeah, they're starting to rotate over. 3D Max, wrong call from them. If they'd just gone straight towards B, I think this round's over, and it might still anyways. Ecstasies and Maka both get an opening kill, streaming towards B, and it's all falling apart. 3D Max, they haven't thrown a single piece of utility, but Westmelon, he barely even moved his crosshair. The savior for Lin Vision, and he has saved them from the jaws of defeat.
To hold down mouse 1, to find those kills, and that's going to be a 3-0 start now for Lin Vision and Zacher.
Well,
a couple of missed shots in the last round from the Opper. This time he will make do, dropping that scout.
Oh.
And it's already looking like a little bit of a mess here for 3D Max. They're going to be absolutely kicking themselves, Freddy, that they couldn't convert that round, because they did everything right except get into that bomb site.
Like, I don't disagree with you, but if they just contacted B, I think they win the round. Like, the mid to B, and it was also the timings were a little bit off. Like, Body did all his kind of info play, and he was putting all of he was being a nuisance on Long. And they had the timing towards B, but then they went mid to B and lost their timing. The only reason that round was winnable was because of individual shots, and yeah, Lin Vision being caught a tad off guard, which I think they should have clocked onto sooner regardless. But now, on the force fight, 3D Max, they are getting kills. There is only now one defender towards the B-bomb site. Call Me Soup, first side of the head. Okay, didn't even see Lucky, but still able to decapitate him. Graffiti will get the bomb down. I don't see him winning this round, but the bomb planted a success. He does pick up an AK. Missed shot from Zacher. Graffiti, he had his opportunity, and unfortunately, I think it's sidled by now. Ooh, a tie loose.
He does.
Yeah. It's the importance of the bomb going down. Okay, this time, it's not an opening kill through middle, but it's damage onto Call Me Soon. And that's confirmation of a play towards lower tunnels. Graffiti, he just flashes and swings in, and he takes 2 down with him. So finally, a good start for 3D Maxes. If I'm not mistaken, this is their first opening kill in the game so far, and that should almost just be enough to win out the round.
Exercise, just waiting. Looks like the peak might come in, and he's a little bit slow with that one. Amelia gets away with a double kill, and all of a sudden this round is still on. Body in the meantime, though, might have just kind of steadied the ship a little bit by taking down Starry over towards A, and Body looking for a little bit more, but Amelia taking so much damage, but still just taking heads off shoulders right now. Maka, the AWP waiting for the swing to come out, and Maka's missed. Might be a chance here. Amelia's the last player standing as he tries to run down the Opper, but Maka will just settle himself, eventually hit that shot.
But regardless, it's 3D Max on the board. Unfortunately, it's not a round where I look at and I'm like, oh, nice round. It was very messy. It was a bit chaotic. They're at least on the board in FISSURE Playground 1. And it's a bit of a change. They try to go for something, an opening kill towards Long. They get smoked off, and Amelia's just pushing Long. He did this last round, and he's doing it again. Xyz is holding him. He's got the bomb, and Amelia lightning doesn't strike twice.
Yeah, definitely not going to see Exercise fall asleep on that angle once again. A lot of damage done by Westmelon as he forces that mid pressure back, and it's Maka to take the brunt of it, really. Still keeping that AWP in play, and most importantly, that man advantage still intact. Flash comes in. Maka, unfortunately, not going to be able to hit that shot, as 3D Max are still just kind of setting themselves up. Starry getting aggressive. Flash peek was good, but Gravity seen it coming every day of the week. So instead of getting that advantage back into a fair fight, you now go 2 players down, and Lin Vision are going to have to try and batten down the hatches over towards this bomb site. You still have 2 players there. Call Me Sue might go wandering maybe in towards mid, where he could be caught off guard, and actually he is just going to be forced away by a perfect bit of utility. 3D Max, though, still leaving it down to the last 30 seconds to get up onto this bomb site, and there's still an AWP to get past.
This is all Xhaka. If Xhaka starts hitting shots, this could still be around for Lin Vision. And Xhaka hasn't been spotted. He's let them get very far up, and now, in no man's land, is chopping them down. Maka finally gets some revenge. Look at the time, though. Time's ticking down. Call Me Sue. Ooh, that got scary for a second. But no, 3D Max.
You know, the CT side, if they, lost 2 to Glocks, we could start already thinking that is an absolute disaster. Call Me Sue, gonna double up in towards the tunnels. That is perfect for them. Lin Vision looking to get back to winning ways, and that is exactly how you're gonna do it. 3D Max have looked so shaky in a lot of these rounds, and now going 2 players down from the get-go. Very little map control on offer to them as well. And running slightly light on util. They're going to have to rely on either their captain on a sniper or just a straight up execute to maybe get something going. But Lin Vision, they seem very set up for anything that 3D Max might offer up here in this round.
This is a difficult one. I know it's a crazy call. Save isn't out of the question. But it looks like they're going to commit up shorts. There's 2 molos, there's 3 flashbangs. These flashbangs have to be chained absolutely perfectly. Zach is on the line. That's the first one. He's blinded. Molotov on the bomb site is going to be good. And those flashes, they're doing very good work. Starry completely blind. The rifle is now at least cracking open this bomb site. Bomb to be planted, but that might be the only success that 3D Max can hang on to, as it's Maka, 1 versus 4, and he's actually got a pathway out. Okay, he just saves the orb. Honestly, that round, as it was looking, a bomb down and a saved orb. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
Okay.
What we've seen so far in this game, 3D Max have not looked all too great. Mac are going to try and switch things up here. Over towards Long, posted up on the angle, but he is going to be smoked off. It's a timing shot, but instead, timing goes against him. He sticks around just a little bit too long, and Maka was the man sent in to try and carve a hole in the defense. Instead, leaves a hole in 3D Max.
Some very aggressive picks. None of them have actually worked so far, and this feels like a very similar round to the previous. You don't get the opening kill, right, we'll go up short. No conditioning anywhere else on the map, and you've got the CT side with full utility in the right place. But this time it's a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's going to be very quick up onto the site, but you still need to find these frags, and you're hoping that the util can do a lot of damage, and it has burned Zachar down extremely low, and that HG surely is going to sign his fate. Still though, headshots being found over the smokes is still 3D Max have not created that space up onto the site. Gravity and Exercise need to try and do it all, and eventually a little bit of a breather in this round as they look to take more and more engagements, and somehow 3D Max are making this one work. But Call Me Sue could really just stir the pot in this round, especially if he looks the right way. Exercise taking down the peak from Gravity, didn't even go for the plant of the bomb, but still 3D Max this time are able to recover.
Jiggling the angle unscoped. I thought that was quite brazen, but also the reaction from the short kill, the tunnels push, to then push through Long, realizing it's more empty, like it's a lot better. This is different. Exercise actually being pushed out Long. 3D Max have not gone very fast out Long and actually combated. Here, they go 1 for 1, and the rest of the squad are very quickly bottom mid.
Molly up towards short, and 3D Max are going to contact out mid. We've seen them do this a couple of times. So eventually they're going to get that smoke down. Westmelon in a lovely position though, and if he's not cleared, if they're not careful, this could be a big problem. Overlooked completely, and Westmelon drops the bomb up. Just locking sights there. Maka trying to just make sure that he can take him down, but it's actually Lucky to get ahead of the play. Maka looking for a little bit more, rattles off one more op shot to try and survive, but it's all down to Lucky now to see if 3D Max can keep hold of this lead heading into the second half. Massive 1v1, and Starry with the reposition that Lucky surely has absolutely no idea about, but not being quiet about this whatsoever. Starry needed to find that adjustment and does so. It's a quick flick that sticks for the AK, and that means that bit your hand off, really. But still, all for nothing, especially if you don't perform on the CT side. Body with that P2K in hands, and he's going to be able to find a double. Flashing towards the lower tunnels there. Do they know about the Julies that are already close? Kamisu hasn't even moved forward. Starry looking for the jiggle, and that is just going to give the bomb away and surely the round, unless Amelia and Kamisu can get something going. But these pistols on the CT side are just wreaking havoc right now.
Well, we said Maka, we said Body. Who gets all the kills in this round? Maka and Body. Kamisu is still alive though, so I'm gonna pump the brakes. That flashbang's good. What's going on? How is he still alive? Okay, finally, chaos ended. We come back to normality. A bit
really
of chuck.
Just be flipped completely back in your favor with an unconventional force bite in this round, but you need to make something work with these pistols, and the TK is going to be a big problem. They're thinking all their teammates ready, but it's still working. They're the only people getting kills in the kill feed. These pistols are just finding headshots left, right, and center. Problem is, they are so low on 3 players. Starry is the only one that is high HP. He's going to be wielding that M4. Lucky solo over towards this B bomb site. Needs to try and lock this one down, and it should be relatively simple on a couple, but you still need to hold your aim quite steady. The first one is good, the second is not, and it's all on exercise. This force buy for Lin Vision could reap so much reward.
Still though, I was going to say, the low HP still very apparent, and look at Amelia getting so gassed up in the camera, because that's exactly... Like, they've still bought P250s and stuff, so I'm struggling to see the point of just not full investing last round. That's a nice shot.
I mean, it surely has to do with the utility, and instead you're going to choose that bomb site with 1. You don't know it, but you are making the best decision you possibly could. Body has this deagle in hand, can still do a little bit more damage, and he hits another head. Body is just dropping them right now. Needs to get out of this Molotov to try and survive, and needs to try and get the rotations in here, just trying to buy time with his life here, staying alive, but Body doesn't need any help right now. Eventually dropped, but 4 kills with that deagle, and Kamisu now has to drop 4 bodies of his own, but he will not be able to do it. It is a ridiculous round from the Frenchman, as though... And it could go from bad to worse. Already the opening kill, and they're going to be walking into the scope of Maka here. Elbows spotted, and Maka will begin to take them off. Looking for a little bit more. Maka now heating up a little bit, finding these shots that are just going to make the rest of his teammates' jobs that much easier. Still, bomb plant might be available here for Lin Vision if they're able to get it down, but 3D Max are still getting just so close to the action, and Body still unnoticed here, getting in to try and make sure that this one doesn't go any further than just a bomb plant, and indeed it won't. It is going to be 3D Max now getting and taking the lead away. Improved a little bit of I don't want to say it was luck, it was definitely skill from Body's deagle, but thank goodness for him. Where would they have been without him? Nice Molotov to actually force Gravity out in the open, and he's just going to be taken down. Amelia with that opening kill. Lovely spam to actually save Body to get him out of there. Body was terrified that he was going to be peaked on top of the Xbox, but does get away safely. Now, as the CTs...
back into it.
Yeah, they need to. They need to get aggressive here, but that Molly is going to make it so difficult. Starry with the swing. Maka needed to find that refrag, and he's still thinking about sticking around here. Baiting out the op shot. Maka is trying to do it all here. That's such a risky play from the opper. And he gets punished. Zacher now can just sprint up towards this A bomb site. It is completely open. Flash in from CT is going to give away the position of Lucky, at least, who tries to at least lighten the load here for exercise and cause a little bit of a distraction for him to get in and get something done. But he falls, and now it is all onto Lucky to try and clutch up, and the timing is going to work out perfect. Finds the head of the sniper, but doesn't see Call Me Sue as Lin Vision.
And it's a test by fire, for sure. This is an intense opening map. Needs to be careful, though. This is very aggressive early on from Lin Vision. Shocker, an aggressive start in this matchup, right? But Lucky does really well to throw the early counter utility. Gets a bit of damage on the nade. Smoke as well. But it's aggression penalized on long. Starry picks off one. Hunting down body. There was blood in the water, and the Apex Predator snapped. It's an opening 2-man advantage for Lin Vision, and the A bomb site is capitulated. Maka has already abandoned that site and has turned his attention towards short. A miracle is going to be needed for 3D Max if they want to deny map points.
You're already kind of thinking about maybe even going for a save here. Yes, you've got Maka quite committed up towards short, but I still don't think that you can go for this unless you find Call Me Sue in mid right now. And still, even if you do, it's a risk. You spot him out. You don't hit the first shot. You find that kill. No, you 100% save here in this situation. 3v3.
No, it's no kit.
You don't have a kit. This is one that you just unfortunately cannot go for. But you've at least kind of minimize the damage. That could have really just been horrible. There is a world where the op gets dropped and Gravity loses his rifle as well. Instead, you're going to have, you know, that AWP, which is going to be such a powerful weapon to bring forward into this next round.
Both on the T side and the CT side, 3D Max have struggled to get any success with the opening kills from their aggression. Majority of the time, the opening kills has been from counteracting Lin Vision's aggressive plays. And once again, Maka tried to get aggressive in B tunnels with the AWP, but he gets smited. Luckily for the French, though, Call Me Sue is traded, so it's still this 4 versus 4. But that nade is so good.
Gets stuck under his feet as well, so Gravity takes...
Look at this, I'm sure.
Really the brunt of this. They want to get aggressive here. Are they waiting for a flash? Exercise is just playing anti-body. It's going to be the contact in. Body needs to try and get away with his life. He's taking so much damage, and Starry will just not let him away. He'll run him down exactly like he did in the last round. Gravity kicks in that Molotov. Flash completely blinded, and Lin Vision are just swarming 3D Max on this A bomb site once again. Lucky with this AWP, but he will not make it past CT, and 3D Max will not be able to take down Lin Vision.
Starting on the T side, and 3D Max didn't look completely clean that first map, but pistol round. Graffiti had a great opportunity with the dual Berettas close on B main, but it all falls apart. It's a very clean execute for Lin Vision, and that just immediately is round over. So that good start you were talking about, boom, straight away on the board.
Yeah, this is, unless we see like a massive misstep or a misplay, this round is done, and yeah, it's not even going to be attempted here in terms of a retake. Look, he's just trying to do a little bit of damage if he can, you know, find a kill, and that's perfect. 1 bullet to the brain, that will do. But the round has already set sailed in Lin Vision's favour, so the tee's off to the start that they would have wanted. So he needs to be careful if he goes for an engagement there.
For their roster changes. Map 2, Wildcard are up 7-2. So this is crazy in FISSURE Playground already today. But it might get a bit crazier as 3D Max are forced into the second round.
Yeah, double HEs, nice. A lot of damage done to Zacher. Exercise walking out. He's going to be trying to clear out that close angle, but unfortunately not going to be able to do it. It's Maka with a double, eventually going to be traded out though in that position to at least give Lin Vision a little bit of an advantage in terms of weaponry. Body is the only man on a rifle right now for 3D Max. Nothing else can be recovered either, as Westmelon is already going to be occupying a lot of that space in through A main and over towards A, and Body could be caught horribly on a timing. There's just lurks on lurks on lurks in this round right now for Lin Vision, and that kill, Freddy, might just have sealed a second. Gravity unlucky. Let's not count them out just yet, especially with these 5-7s, especially with the bomb heading on over here. Call Me Sue is just going to be making sure that he locks it down, and that is perfect. They both walk out together, they both line up, and it will line up with a second round for the Chinese. Works though. They're going to call a pace change on the first gun round on the T side once again. Sprinting in. Rotation's trying to come in quickly. Gravity needs to at least try and find one. Himself and Body are just keeping hold of this bomb site for now. Util is still going to be good to try and flush them out of these back positions, but now the rotates are here, and this is looking extremely clean right now for 3D Max. Only a single casualty on the CT side, and they needed that. You could see what it means. It's high fives all around.
It's looking to get a bit aggressive, and that's a miss smoke in mid as well.
This is still could be awkward here from Body, but passes that test with flying colours, doesn't he? It's an easy double, dropping the bomb in the meantime, and it's just the prong that is going to try and come through A main right now, but they're going to be smoked off, and there's just no way in here for Lin Vision. Surely no way back into this round. You might be as well as to already be thinking about your exit strategy in this round. But Exercise is going to have that one covered, it would seem. Deep in towards T-spawn. Zacher hasn't heard him. So this is where Exercise could really actually cause and inflict a lot of damage, just taking these weapons away. Depends what is going to be offered up to him. It depends if
knife
Starry is going to turn around or not. And I think you just have to take that one. Still, it's another good round here from 3D Max, and it keeps going from bad to worse here for Lin Vision.
Yeah, that B bomb site, locked down. Locked up, and the key thrown away. I think if there's any pressure, it's very hard to gauge, right? But if there's any pressure, it's completely self-inflicted of, okay, we've done well, therefore because they had their one result, like that was their first kind of moment. Does it get to their head, or do they use it as momentum forward? It's very hard to say right now, to be honest, I think. And I know that's like a middle of the fence response.
Yeah, that's like the most politician answer that you could have given me. So
but I think it's unfair to say anything right now, unfortunately, though, as well. Like, I actually think it's unfair to sit here and be like, oh, yes or no. So we're just gonna have to see.
We're just gonna have to enjoy the ride here. We're not enjoying this round whatsoever. 3D Max, they're gonna get a bomb plant out of this, Lin Vision. And they're already trying to run down the rifles that have been dinked. Body tied down to 61. Exercise even lower than that. And Maka with that AWP is going to have to try and get a little bit closer. Jersey swap here as Exercise is going to try and take point now. Maka and Body just trying to sweep this pistol round under the rug. But unbeknownst, Starry with a peek with that Galil. Now Maka is just going to get peeked on and taken down. That was a single Galil and Glocks in that round for Lin Vision, as once again Maka can pretty much do that, and especially if you've got the pistol stacked towards the other side. You've already won a couple of ecos, but this is a complete tempo change right now from Lin Vision. This is them getting very aggressive in towards A, and they've already taken down one, spotting out the pistols, but still running into crossfires that they are struggling to deal with. But Call Me Sue eventually will just undo that completely. And yes, you've got a couple of kills, you've got a couple of dinks, but once Maka sees that the majority of his teammates have fallen, he should set his sights on saving. Make sure that he doesn't lose sight of the bigger picture in this one. And that is that AWP in the next round. But he's still kind of toying around with the idea that he has to kind of stand and fight, but he's just going to be dropped, and that is a big purchase that they're going to have to make. It fell apart. They were not able to hold on to that B-bomb site. Zacher even going back to force the offer off that angle. And you can see that 3D Max were maybe thinking about going for something a little bit more aggressive in towards mid. Once again, they're getting desperate right now. And maybe desperation is the key, because Body's found an opening. It's Starry, the heavy hitter, down on Lin Vision already. And for the first time, I want to say, all game long, we've got an opening for 3D Max, and it's about to be a second.
They're in a winning position. What? And also, ironically enough, it's from Gravity and Body. Sure, not necessarily all from the B-bomb site, but those two were the main reason why the first 2 rounds were won. So, they don't have many kills, but their RWS is probably very, very high at least. And for Lin Vision, this would be a sentiment though. And Westmelon has slipped the net. Gravity drops a defensive Molotov in response to the AWP though, so he does save his bacon for a moment. No, just completely blocked that out. Yeah, as I was saying, this would be a statement. If Lin Vision are able to win now and convert this 3 versus 5, get double digits at the half, Spirit will be shattered. More so than they already are.
Yeah, this would be quite the result. I mean, we were thinking about it. We were kind of romanticizing about Lin Vision maybe pulling off a little bit of an upset here. It doesn't look like it's going to happen in this round, as 3D Max will look to get it right finally in the last round and a half, which they will. Everybody surviving. So, 3. I didn't think Lin Vision have had a couple of good results on it. 3D Max are quite confident heading into that decider.
Dude.
If they get there.
If it gets to nuke, 3D Max is all the way. This pistol round, it ain't going too hot. Maka tried to poke and prod and throw some fake over towards the A bomb site, but in actuality, it's all over towards B. Body didn't know where to look. There was players coming above him, there was players coming everywhere. So it's the man advantage for Lin Vision. Bomb hasn't been planted yet, Jack. The bomb hasn't been planted. Exercise in a 1 versus 4. Still on his back, and they just surround him. They overwhelm him. And Lin Vision excel to double digits. And what was the game plan there, 3D Max?
It's tough to watch, and it pains me to say that. Some of the stuff that I'm seeing, it is just a little bit difficult to actually spot out. Now that's not difficult to look at whatsoever.
I've seen this before.
That's beautiful from Body, at least. And there's been some glimmers, but the problem is it hasn't been consistent. We've seen kind of little bits and pieces shining through. Body's killed another. Body has taken down 2 with this Deagle. He had a 4K on Dust 2. That gave them a round. Maka has picked up that SMG, and Westman taken down. And Zacher will at least drop Body. He was the biggest threat in this round completely. Bomb still hasn't made its way anywhere just yet. Amelia pushes deep. No information.
But he could a lot of noise, Jack.
Yeah, he could go down here for free.
Oh, he's so lucky he clears that. That's bomb as well. Amelia needs to clear your corners. Zacher does at least react to Lucky. And where does Maka go with this? Oh, this is a brazen call. Maka last spotted Zacher over towards B. It's rhymes like dimes over here on the B bomb site. And, Zacher's then read into it. He went to rotate towards A, but now stays on the B bomb site, but the timing, he misses it. He shoots as well. So Maka confirms his presence. No kit for Zacher. 30 seconds on the defuse, and he's just sticking it. Ice in the veins, and Maka, he's not calling it. Maka thinks he's off it. It's a 10-second defuse, insult to injury. Sure, it was a full eco, but that was in the palm of Maka's hands.
Rifles out. This is where they can actually have some impact. They can reset the money, and then they can maybe make this one a little bit more respectable. It's still a long road back, do not get me wrong. But where there's a will, there's a way. There's always a chance, and especially in a game like this.
It's gotta hurt though, I agree, it's only an eco. Fundamentally, that's correct. It's just the way that it went. It makes you believe, and then it gets ripped away from you in the final dying embers of the round. Because of a 10-second defuse. Oh, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting. But for Lin Vision right now, they had 3 players over towards A. they're trying to take A main control, and they will finally rotate Xaka towards B. But there's a big absence of control in middle. So that's going to force Xaka to come towards Temple. And in the meantime, 3D Max are attempting to poke and prod towards B, but they've fallen. This now should be the confirmation that it's a play towards A, but Lin Vision are over-rotating. Everyone's coming over towards this side of the map, and Maka has a free pathway through middle if he chooses to take it.
Does. Instead, he's going to drop down and he finds that double. That's absolutely perfect, but he's completely all alone. Everybody's gone down on the site and he's only got 10 seconds. This is not a lot of time to get in. The double swing is going to be perfect, and even with that double kill, he needed his teammates to just stay alive for that little bit longer. On the
mandated if they want to force it into overtime, and they're starting off this crusade with a Mac 10, 2 Galils, and 2 AKs, and also a man disadvantage. Call me Sue drops the IGL.
Emilio up close here. Exercise just goes wandering in, and it goes from bad to worse here right now for 3D Max. It is just all falling apart right now for 3D Max. And again, this just looks like it hasn't been their day, and it looks like Anubis is not going to be their map whatsoever. Lucky trying to revive this round and revive this game as much as he can, but he's even going to fall. Body's going to be taken down, blindsided by Amelia, and it's a roar from Lin Vision as they steamroll through 3D Max, and they start the Fisher Playground off good, 1-0. They move forward into that winners game of Group B, where they'll meet the winner of Pain or Rare Atom a little bit later on, but Asian Counter-Strike being put on the map early here.